Hello world, Young Voice is back with another video, and today this is literally the day after, or a few days after, Unforgiven PLE, which is Raw exclusives PLE. This week on Universe Mode will be SmackDown's exclusive PLE Extreme Rules. But NXT is now back in business. I was going to do NXT a whole big draft with the GM, which the GM of NXT, as you all know, is Shawn Michaels. But I decided that would just be a lot of work, and cause I'm so eager to get NXT on the air, up and running, I'm like, I said I was gonna originally do it in 2 weeks. It is now happening in this episode right here. So if you guys saw the first draft overview, then you understand kind of the gist of how I do it, how I do Universe Mode. Now I'm gonna be real upfront with y'all. This new DLC that just came out, those people will be drafted to Raw and SmackDown, but Raw and SmackDown does have limited draft picks. NXT is really the main focus, and they drafted the most, so we're gonna save NXT's roster for last. All right, so heading over to Monday Night Raw, we still have the World Heavyweight Championship, the US Championship, the World Tag Team Championships, the Women's Tag Team Championships, and the Women's World Championships. And we're gonna go to the divisions. We got the World Heavyweight Champion Braun Breaker still on Raw. CM Punk is still on Raw. Jey Uso still on Raw. Drew McIntyre is back. If you saw Unforgiven, he came back at the end of the show. It was really cool. But a person that has been selected by The Rock from SmackDown, the ultimate underdog, Sami Zayn, now on the red brand. Santos Escobar staying on Raw. Randy Orton coming from SmackDown to Raw. Amazing pick by The Rock. Rey Mysterio staying on Raw. Sheamus coming from SmackDown to Raw. Another amazing pick. John Cena staying on Raw. The US Champion, the new US Champion, AJ Styles staying on the red brand. Logan Paul from SmackDown coming to the red brand. The Miz coming to Raw, staying on Raw, I should say. Dirty Dom staying on Raw. Bronson Reed coming over from SmackDown to Raw. Apollo Crews staying on Raw. Omos staying on Raw. Joe Gacy coming to Raw. He was a free agent, so Raw signed him. Rich Holland, another free agent, staying or coming to Raw. And the tag team division is mostly the same. DIY, Judgment Day, LWO, New Day, DOC, Eric and Ivar, Viking Raiders, the same. Nothing changed there. Liv Morgan, still the champ. Rhea Ripley is now back, and she's out for blood. She's the #1 contender. We will, address that on Raw, because Raw is gonna get filmed, NXT is gonna get filmed, and then SmackDown is gonna get filmed. We're gonna have 3 shows going strong, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready, buckle your seatbelts, because Universe Mode we're on a roll. We're on a roll. Zoe Stark has been drafted to Raw. Io Sky has been drafted to Raw. Xia Li, Zelina Vega, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, they're all staying on the red brand. Alexa Bliss, who was a free agent, is now coming to Raw. Amazing. Natalya staying, Indy Hartwell staying, Candice LeRae staying, Valhalla and Marie staying, and Trish Stratus are all staying on Raw. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the Women's Tag Team Championships, but they're on the red brand, so they can go to any of the brands, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, as long as they're the champions. And their contenders, you got Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, that's so crazy. Niven, the former tag team champions. You got Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. And then you got the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane coming from SmackDown to Raw. Kairi Sane has just been signed from Japan, so she is now on Raw, and that is Raw's brand. Raw has the most talent out of them all. Moving over to SmackDown, we have the WWE Championship, Intercontinental Championship, the WWE Tag Team Championships, the Women's Championship, and the WWE. I can't. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Excuse me. And on SmackDown, you have Cody Rhodes still the champion. That is if Solo Sikoa can defeat him this Sunday at Extreme Rules. But coming from Raw to SmackDown, Seth freaking Rollins is on Friday Night SmackDown, baby. You love to see that. The Tribal Chief, the OTC, is still on SmackDown as well. Coming from Raw, LA Knight, coming to SmackDown from Raw, baby. Bobby Lashley staying on SmackDown. Bray Wyatt staying on SmackDown. Big E has been drafted to SmackDown as he was a free agent. Gunther staying on SmackDown. Coming from Raw to SmackDown, though, it's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is going to be on the blue brand. You love to see that. Moving over to our mid-card scene, we have Carmelo Hayes is our Intercontinental Champion. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Dijak staying on SmackDown. You got Andrade, who's a free agent now signed. Ilya Dragunov staying. JD McDonough, free agent now signed to SmackDown. And coming from Raw to SmackDown, Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters, baby. And you know, the mid-card scene and the Intercontinental scene can interchange at any time. The tag team scene is literally the same. Nothing's changed like Raw. Anything, we've taken tag teams from Raw and SmackDown and put them on NXT. So they're the same. The Imperium, the champions, Bloodline, Jimmy and Solo, the Creed Brothers, the Street Profits, Alpha Academy, and Pretty Deadly, all staying on SmackDown. This is where it gets interesting. This women's division, Tiffany Stratton is still our women's champion, but that's if she beats Lita this Sunday. Coming as a draftee, as a free agent, Nia Jax, the irresistible force, coming to SmackDown. Blair Davenport staying on the blue brand. The man, Becky Lynch, coming from Raw to SmackDown, following her husband. Charlotte Flair staying on SmackDown. Shotzi staying on SmackDown. Ivy Nile, Tamina coming from Raw to SmackDown. Cora Jade making her way to the blue brand. Naomi staying on SmackDown. Dakota Kai, Ronda Rousey, Maxine Dupri, and making her way to SmackDown as a free agent, now signed, the legendary Michelle McCool, baby. Amazing women's roster for SmackDown. Moving to the tag team division, there's only one team. You guessed it, baby. Free agent Jade Cargill has been signed, as she is a longtime friend of Bianca Belair. They are going to be contenders of the tag team championships out of Fire and Isla Dawn. So yeah, there you go. That's the SmackDown roster. Moving into the nitty gritty, which y'all have all been waiting for. The return of NXT, bro. We have the NXT Championship, the North American Championship, the NXT Tag Team Championships, and the NXT Women's Championship. As those titles are all vacant, we will crown new champions, but you'll hear all that from Shawn Michaels when he does his little spiel on how we will crown those champions. Moving into the NXT Championship division, you got Baron Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Drew Gulak, Tyler Bate, Karrion Kross, Pete Dunne, don't mind that name, Trick Williams, Jinder Mahal, Robert Roode, Ricochet, and Carlito, now on NXT. Great draft picks by HB Shizzle, taking talent from Raw and SmackDown. Moving into the mid-card scene, the North American title scene, Wes Lee has been drafted to NXT. Noam Dar as well, Cameron Grimes, Wolfgang, Damon Camp, Axiom, Ashani the Adonis, Scripps, Nathan Frazier, and Dragon Lee, all in the North American title scene. In the NXT Tag Team Championship scene, you got Tony D'Angelo and Stax, you got Gallus, you got Los Lotharios, you got Chase University, and you got Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs, and then you got Sanga and Veer Mahan. And for the NXT Women's Championship division, you got Lyra Valkyria, Tegan Knox, Roxanne Perez, Scarlett, Valen Henley, Nikita Lyons, Michin, Thea Hale, and this is a big one, Bailey on NXT. Gigi Dolan, Wendy Chu, JC Jane, Nikki Cross, Beth Phoenix, Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix, and Eve Torres, which I'm not sure if she's a Hall of Famer, but she is. If she isn't, she's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. Eve Torres are now back in Universe Mode, and she's going to be on the NXT brand. So NXT, Raw, SmackDown, they are stacked. I mean, we have split the rosters down the middle. Each brand has a story to tell. Each brand has amazing superstars to display. So if you guys are excited for this new chapter of Universe Mode, sorry for my butchering of words, but if you guys are excited for this new chapter of Universe Mode, make sure you give it a like, make sure you give it a subscribe, because we are coming hot with the content when it comes to Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. It is definitely going to be amazing. But man, I can't wait to show you what's going to go down on the first episode of NXT this week. Make sure you keep it locked on the Young Voice YouTube channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.